Hi Avise, I wanted to talk to you a bit about your artwork and starting off with where can I get some?
People that have already acquired some of my work, they suggest to friends and they come to me for that. And then there is a big sale that happened in Bragg Creek in November. There is a artisan Christmas sale. The artisan group is a big group in Bragg Creek. I have a really long story. This year will be like the 4th anniversary of the sale.
So how do you do these fish?
So these fish are made out of tree that I cut on the property. Normally what I choose is a dead standing tree. That will ensure that there are no further cracking of the wood. So normally I look at trees that are standing dead between other trees, so they have cured and they have developed all the cracks, and so when I harvest the tree I know where I'm expecting to have more cracks happening. So I do a rough cut with a bandsaw, then I start working with the shaping, and lots of time I leave the piece unfinished for a while, so I know that I have no more cracking happening. And then I finish with different tools, and I'm pretty flexible, so I use from hand planer, electric planer, chainsaw, grinder, so a little bit of anything that just to try to get me here. And when I'm finished, I'm sanding, and I, like with the technique that I have developed, I put the paint on and dry brush and paint all the paint according to what is the design. I normally try to look at picture of the fish and try to enhance the color, but still stick to the morphology or the characteristic of the specific fish. So if there are some specific pattern on I keep those. So lots of fishermen, when they see my fish, they can recognize what kind of fish better than me. Sale that is in November, we display our products, and some people have known me from coming to this sale.
Where can people find you online?
Yes, I have a website that is pretty simple to remind because it's my name, that is Alvise, A-L-V-I-S-E. So it's alvise.ca, and on that website I have some of my work display, and I have also a Facebook page that you can reach me that is more dynamic. And
so what are you doing there?
I'm turning some wood for a project that I have, and is related to bees. Then I have still to attach the wings and do some modification. The main thing is I'm curious and I try to observe things. I start looking at the one in nature and try to simplify, try to capture the essence of the nature of the bee. And so I start sketching one and say, okay, we have a body, we have some eye, and they are the key part and the wings. So I'm working on some spruce that is some wood that I harvest in my property. I know that is sustainable, coming from harvesting in a correct way, I think. Kind of the finished product, and it's like always like this process. You start doing something and you get better to do, and you identify some of the characteristics that you like, so you reproduce. And yeah, all the wood here is like some is scrap from other project. I try to use everything, and what is left over can go in my wood stove and heat up my house. Natural, and that's what I like mostly of the time, to use products that are environmental friendly and sustainable. And also like the lumber I cut on the property, I use it for doing furniture, and sometimes I use spruce or poplar or pine, and that's mostly what I use. I am very flexible on project. I like to do interesting project and unique project, so it's hard for me to do something and keep doing that. I get kind of annoyed, so normally I found something else. That's why maybe I'm not very easy to marketing like an artist, because I always change what I'm doing, and because I like to do different things. So probably it will be hard for me to end up in a gallery that need 200 pieces that are all the same. Or
so you do everything from building balconies on a house to doing bumblebees, is that?
Exactly. I have a good knowledge about material, so I use different media for different scope. So like I have worked with glass, I've worked with steel, I do forging, I weld, I use wood, I do some installation with concrete. So each material has its own space and better application. So like copper is lovely for doing something, but wood is more appropriate and more warm for representing other things. So I try to understand what is the thing that I want to communicate, or what my clients want me to communicate, and then I choose the material. Lots of time when I paint, I don't clean the brushes, or I don't even use a support to keep the paint. So I just put the paint straight on the object that I'm painting, and then I brush it on and work on that and melt a different color together. I learn it by experience, and when I find something pleasing and good and I like it, and I work with that. But sometime on three-dimensional object I paint two-dimensional subjects. So like I had some angels that I was construction, and were three-dimensional object, but on each one there was like a series that I made with all the month, and each month I have an animal that was painted. So I have an angel related always to our area, so it was related to the season and the animals in the area and the plants and the weather. So there was the snow with the chicory and pine. My background is in IT. I was initially developing code, and then in the 80s I moved into developing interface. So that's communication, is a bidimensional communication, but I was using program for realizing three-dimensional imagery for